Hello.
Hi, Gogo. How you doing, my friend?
Good, I'm good. How are you?
Okay, I'm good as well. Okay, yeah, the recording has been started, and I think we can just start in 30 seconds. And yeah, so let's start.
Yep.
Yeah, hi everyone once again. We are on our second consultancy meeting according to our plan to making a Kyrgyz climate movie, which is very interesting and inspiring initiative provided by Climate Entertainment and founder Gokul Rajendran and Dobrosfera Kind Media and me, founder Alina Maslova. Happy to see you all, guys, and this is actually a recording. If you are looking that, still you will be able and available, if it's fine, to put your voices for mountains in Kyrgyzstan. We have two Google Forms, and you can fill them out using your maybe co-host intention. You could be co-host or potential speaker, and you also be just an activist leaving your
Mm-hmm.
voice for mountains in Kyrgyzstan. Yeah, today's topic is water scarcity and disputes. And before we start, I of course very honored to give the floor to Mr. Gokul to say hi.
Hey everyone. Hi Alana. Thanks so much for hosting the session, and yeah, looking forward for the session, and yeah, happy to give more inputs and how we can take this movie initiatives like script forward. And once the script will be done, we can clearly have an idea what will be on our like the movie thing, what all the things will be like we will be covering, and what are the interesting projects that will be taken into consideration. Yeah.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, first of all, welcome, guys, also to take a look to our first recording session because we have that. Yeah, so you can find it in YouTube channel of our companies. Welcome to do that. And right now, let's start. Let's start. According to the information we've gathered from the first meeting, we figured out that several ideas could be highlighted during our short movie and even during our entire production process. Of course, it's like biodiversity loss, tradition medicine loss, melting processes, climate migration and landscape uniqueness, and so on and so on. We decided to divide this information into three levels, which is very convenient, to ideas, to real life examples, and to plot visuals. And also I put the column, I put the rows here like additional information. So it's very helpful for us to bring the agenda not only on local level, but also on global one. And we saw that we definitely have some processes like regular processes and very how could I call it, very obvious processes for our movie, which is good because right now we understand how it could work, right? We figured out something is obvious for us, something we should work on. It is good job, it's well done. From the first meeting we have such outputs, and also we have even more topics. Just I divided them into 2 pages, 2 slides, because one slide was not enough for it. So a lot of patterns and a lot of ideas we've created during the first meeting, and right now we are slowly moving step by step from the idea perspective to implementation point of view. Okay, of course, we should brainstorm here further because we still don't have, for example, real life examples about education, tragedy of commons. We should search more. Traditional medicine lost. We will figure that out during our like individual office hours or during our observations and discussions in chat. For example, we can do that, but still, yeah, it looks good, and it is a nice first step for collaboration. Okay, during our first session, guys, we also figured out that we provided some requests for needs For example, what needs we actually have? We of course need some guidelines and guidance for local species, because right now we are not very aware what local species definitely present and has their presence in Kyrgyz Republic, like animals, flora and fauna, right? Animals, plants, which ones we should shoot, because shooting of like common species, like rural species which present in each countries, in each villages, couldn't be the opportunity to showcase the uniqueness of Kyrgyz nature. So we should figure out what should we do with that. Also, we need extra research. That's why we put onto the slides from 5 to 10 articles from key science. Really, we find some nice sources, like research sources for today's session. You will see afterwards. And traditional communities, yeah, guys, we definitely need support to organize tour for traditional community in Kyrgyzstan. If you have some info or opportunities to be a sponsor, welcome to join us and to support, because we should provide our climate movie as soon as possible. Aesthetics, impact, awareness, emotions were four key insights from the first meeting, and I decided to write them down. Ethics, definitely. Let's put some attention to ethics, because we should understand how do we shoot the problems, right? Because social problems, like climate migration and anger of people and bad health, it is very sensitive problems, and we should shoot them somehow in a very good way. Don't know now how, but we will figure that out. And parties and friends, of course, guys, we need partnership, and if you would like to be partner, welcome to do that. Okay. Yeah, Gokul, do you have something to add according to our first meeting experience? And I will continue after your speech.
I'm good. I'm good. Maybe you can continue. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead, guys. And today's agenda consists of two parts. The first one is target audience and problematic, which is interesting. And we will figure out who could be our target audience, because, guys, we could just produce film because of we like production, right? Yeah, we like production. That's definitely the truth. But we couldn't produce just for ourselves, for our desire. We should produce for people who can see this film and get inspired, excuse me, and get inspired for further actions. Yeah, language problem is usually a problem. Yeah, but still fine. Yeah, we just keep going, and I hope no one from us could be expired during our sessions. Yeah, and yeah, let our audience inspired by our wonderful movie, and we will figure out how we can influence via climate action of arts to minds who could do climate action in their fields, like research, like social actions, and so on. All right, let's go further and figure out what is water scarcity and disputes, because this problem is, I don't know, maybe the first one in the region of Central Asia. It's number one problem, and we should figure out how to deal with that according to our art initiative and capacities. Okay. First of all, let's figure out who could be our target audience. Let's start from the very beginning. We could see that showing a Kyrgyz mountain climate movie is a challenge a bit, because we should touch hearts of very sensitive and very well connected audience. It's children and young people. Why? Because these guys are definitely ready to change their minds, and they could react, they could add they could act on the behalf of our nature, on the behalf of our future generations. And we definitely could talk to them to figure out what could we do and how could we do in a format of mega message. We are creating like a film, right? We are making movie, we send them to have a look, they had a look, and they just figured out how could they act. And the problem over here, of course, there are a lot of problems, but the problem with target audience over here, we should put some attention how we should attract them, because nowadays, like TikTok generation and social media generation, like Instagram generation, definitely like fast dopamine, and we should figure out how we could influence on them, how we can definitely provide our shooting and plot making. We should figure out how to attract their attention. We should create and invent something very interesting. Yeah, but of course, the social problems are obvious. Over here, we have a climate problem as well as water problem, poverty problem, economical problems, etc., etc., etc. So we should include all of them and make the movie very interesting and attractive to young generation. But not the only. But young generation, it's not the only one for whom we should make in it. There are also different sectors and segments of audience who might be interested in such artwork, because we definitely need action from everyone. Everyone could be on board. Okay, teachers and educators, definitely, because teachers could showcase our movie to in class to potential curious people like girls, schoolboys and schoolgirls, right? Community leaders, definitely, and elders, because in different communities from all over the world, we have a lot of elders who are decision makers. So we could showcase and we could explain. It's such a wonderful opportunity to work together. We could collaborate somehow. You guys could maybe show this film to young people in your community, in your tribe. Okay, and the fourth, last but not least, target audience segment, it's all people of Kyrgyzstan, of course, and from all over the world, definitely, because we should understand common mountains agenda. We should figure out how to deal with that. Yeah, that's all on target audience, guys. And let's step by step move into water scarcity. What is water scarcity? Water scarcity, it is in simple words, is a lack of water. It's a situation when people would like to drink something, would like to have water to wash their bodies, to cook food, to water their plants, but there is no water, which is very sad. And yeah, if in like civilized world we could also provide some solutions for that in rural areas and local communities, it's very hard to deal with that, and we should figure out how many solutions we actually have in Kyrgyzstan and make a showcase in our art. Okay, we've created this table for water scarcity evaluation, for importance evaluation for our movie. First of all, we prefer to base our opinion and decision, which we could showcase on research, of course, because research, it's a very good opportunity to understand the problem from different perspectives, standing on shoulders of brilliant minds of our academic community. And we have solution part over here. Welcome to take a look. We will put solutions when we extract concrete solutions from the papers of different researchers. And then we should think how we will showcase them, what models, what people behavior we would like to provide, because sometimes it's not very obvious how to solve this problem, because it's very complicated. It's It's complex. But it's one problem. The other problem, imagine, okay, we already have some solutions, but we don't know how to extrapolate these solutions to concrete people behavior. So it's another problem, and we will solve that during our film production process. Yeah, plot visuals, definitely. We should understand the aesthetics of our genre, and we will work on that after we will solve the first two problems. We used like bibliography collection method, and we collect 5 nice resources on water scarcity from Kyrgyz scholars in English language. So we could discuss them in group, and we could fill the table we already have. For example, we could put the surname of the researcher, the concrete solution, provided we should understand how to extrapolate that to our screen, what scenes we would like to set for the further production, and then we will make a shooting with actors, for example, or with enthusiasts who would like to tell the solutions according to our script. And let's move further. A very important social problem, and it's not, of course, the only one, but very important. One of the most important. It's water disputes. Water disputes in Central Asia plays very central role in case of international relations between different tribes, different ethnic groups. Why? And also, in many trans borders regions. But we are making Kyrgyz movie right now. That's why we are concentrated on this region, Central Asia. And why? Why it is so? Because each tribe, each ethnos would like to provide agriculture according to their own vision. And of course, each tribe needs more water to plant seeds and to grow them, to make them grow, to let them grow up, and to put some to fill even their, I don't know, storages for water, right? Maybe water storages they have, or they should provide something like water management. They all of them have the traditional knowledge, indigenous knowledge, and they are somehow providing water management. But their management and management on of the neighbors' tribes sometimes overlapped, and it is a reason for potential disputes or conflicts. And what type of researches we provided and collected, gathered here to figure out what should we do within the frames of our movie. Yeah, it's also if you could put some attention and figure out there are a lot of like foreign researchers, right? Not like local ones, as in the case of water scarcity research. Water scarcity research is, I think, matters for local researchers because it's very like it's very close to them, and they could allow themselves just to make the research. But international conflicts is very complicated subject, even sometimes more complicated than water management. It could be, and in this case, a lot of foreign researchers are trying to provide their observations and calculation methods here in transborder regions. And so we should react and act the same way. We should provide some research name, some solution. We should figure out how could we act within the frames of this showcase. What should we show, right? And in the very end, we should understand how to make it more attractive, how to create beauty. And so let's take a look to our chat, guys, because we have some. Okay. Yeah. It's not Keeper. It's fine. It's AI. Yeah, and yeah, so we are about to close our official part, and we could provide some discussions right now because this is very important information, and the next step of our collaboration and work could be to figure out what types of behavior models of water scarcity and disputes we could use in our future films. All right, guys, thank you so much. Welcome to Fill the Forms, and I think the floor is open for our discussion with Mr.
I had
Gokul.
I
And
had a slide in between
absolutely,
the next upcoming events sessions
yeah.
that is happening. So like we'll be having next one will be energy, right, on September 22nd. And yeah, we'll be having desertification, land degradation, and rural poverty and mitigation, forest biodiversity loss, and everything. So yeah, we're looking forward for more people to take more sessions from Kyrgyzstan, so that it'll be like enriching for our like the plot, like the script. So I've been writing some of this side notes for here for my voice to be added for the session into the Google Forms. So it'll be updated soon as well. We need to update the fest sessions as well on the Google Forms. And yeah, coming to the water scarcity topic, I couldn't do it share too much because I'm also like never been to Kyrgyzstan too much, like just few days. From my perspective, from our side, like from a country which is like near to the oceans and also having like a lot of rivers and stuff, water scarcity is like some kind of a way people like we when we have like a water scarcity, we had it's a demanding for situation for us to like leave our place where we are doing agriculture or something. Then we have to leave that place and go towards like finding a job in a corporate place which is like more stable, so that
Okay.
this situation of this like, it's like people leave that place country, like job itself which is related to nature, agriculture, and other stuff which is like food related stuff as well. So once we lose a farmer and he or she leaves to doing another job which is like corporate job, which is like more exploitation. And also even after the water returns, like after the scarcity maybe, still I will not be like if I'm a person who is doing was doing an agriculture thing, but now I have a stable job in a corporate place which is more comfortable for me, so I will never go back to the water biodiversity, so I like agriculture thing. So that is something like really important we can showcase in our movie thing. What do you think?
Wow. Yeah, yeah. Wow, that's very interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. And yeah, yeah, guys, please welcome to join. And
I
while
submitted
and
that in the forms.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Go to forms and add your contact information to let us connect with you and send
Mhm.
the invitation during our sessions. And yeah, after the editing of these wonderful recordings, you will have an opportunity to see all work we are providing because it's a huge work. Movie making, it's not very easy and it's not very just one time, 1 hour work per day. No, no, it's super time wasting and energy wasting, and but we super happy to have it because we via this art tool we will provide voices of vulnerable communities and people who need to be supported, like young people and people who need some education on a global area, in particular in Kyrgyzstan and climate movie agenda. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah.
So, seems like we should wrap up, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining and see you July 22nd on the next agenda topic. It's like energy agenda, and we should figure out how we can use solar power and different like wind power and different nature sources and nature-based solutions to provide sustainable life in Kyrgyz mountains. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.